Hey and welcome to the Daily Man United News Show. Let's begin with our daily news. Jadon Sancho is quietly overachieving at Manchester United this season. While the likes of Marcus Rashford and Antony have been grabbing all the attention among Manchester United's attacking ranks this season, Jadon Sancho has been quietly building an impressive set of statistics of his own. After an impressive pre-season, the England man has hit the ground running in the Premier League as well and stands only one goal behind Rashford after 6 games. Sancho has scored twice so far for a scoring frequency of 1 every 212 minutes. This is not too far behind Rashford at 174, who has been playing in the centre forward position most of the time. Sancho's passing accuracy has also been impressive so far. His overall accuracy has been a commendable 83% and his long ball accuracy an impressive 80%. Manager Erik Ten Hag recently praised Sancho, adding that he thinks the best is yet to come. With his potential, there is much more room for improvement. He can be even more important and contribute with his creativity and scoring goals and assists, the boss said. Yes, I think he can become a prolific goal scorer. He has the capabilities and he did also in different league, but this is the Premier League, so the intensity is higher, so he has to adapt to that mentally and physically. The capabilities are there, the skills. Sancho's most prolific season to date was the 19-20 season, when he scored 17 goals and provided 17 assists in the Bundesliga when playing for Borussia Dortmund. Gary Neville full of praise for Manchester United and Erik Ten Hag for massive turnaround. Gary Neville has hailed the Manchester United players and especially Erik Ten Hag for what he describes as a massive turnaround. United were beaten in their opening 2 matches against Brighton and Brentford, with the latter completely embarrassing them in a 4-0 clubbing. Speaking on the overlap, the United legend aggrandized Ten Hag for lifting the mood around the club. He said, "Well done, Erik Ten Hag. The manager must take credit. What he did in that week between Brentford and Liverpool, I have no idea. I thought those players would be down and difficult to pick up. To get that level of effort and endeavour and to get the result versus Liverpool and Arsenal was something special as a recovery." One player Neville picked out for acclamation is Tyrell Malacia. The former Feyenoord star is steadily becoming a fan favourite and seems to have cemented his place in the team ahead of Luke Shaw. With the team facing Real Sociedad on Thursday before clashing with Patrick Vieira's Crystal Palace on the weekend, there is hope that the current winning run will be extended even further. Tyrel Malacia's personal trainer reveals the secret to the defender's success at Old Trafford. Tyrell Malacia is one of the names that has been on every Manchester United fan's lips since his arrival at the club. Initially tipped to join French club Lyon from Feyenoord, United moved rapidly at the last minute, following an Erik Ten Hag directive to secure his signing. What a signing he has been so far. The young defender has been steadily winning fans over, who have fallen in love with his passion, aggression and masterful defending. So impactful has Malacia been that he has dethroned Luke Shaw as a starting left back. The player's personal trainer, Jadon Kroos, attributes his client and friend's success in England to his work ethic, determination to always improve, and his humility. Speaking exclusively to United District, Kroos remarked, "Tyrell started working with me in the Corona season. He was looking for something to develop his skill set and conditioning and his mental game. At the moment, he was the third left back for Feyenoord, so he was not playing at all, so he needed to develop his game, and that was the main reason he started working with me." On Malacia's attitude, the trainer noted, "He's just doing his thing over there, and he's a boy who's always looking to become better and make the next step. He's always working more than the manager has asked. Most of the time, he is the last player at the Manchester United training field who's leaving, and in the dressing room who's leaving. Most of the time at the end of the day, he calls me and films the dressing room, and everybody is already gone, so that's a good thing. He's really a good guy, who's really focused and who's really looking forward to every game and who's looking forward to developing his game, and he's always thinking, how can I become better? Where can I do things better? How am I going to spend tomorrow? When is the next training?" Toni Kroos takes double dig at Manchester United midfielder Casemiro. Toni Kroos took a subtle dig at former teammate Casemiro in a bizarre rant about the Premier League. The 21-22 UEFA Champions League winner spoke about the lack of international trophies for Premier League teams. The Premier League has not won an international title this year. Television money has been significantly higher in England for years, and yet it hasn't resulted in English teams winning everything. Thank God, not all players look only at salary but also at winning. The last comment could have been handed to Casemiro. The 30-year-old was United's marquee midfield signing this summer. After failing to sign Frenkie de Jong from Barcelona, United turned their attention towards the five-time UEFA Champions League winner to strengthen their midfield. Many doubted why Casemiro would join United to play in the Europa League, hinting at a money-driven motive. The Brazilian rubbished the rumours. Those who think that don't know me. I am not like that. If it was for money, then I could have left 4 or 5 years ago. The club always acted well with me. It was my decision. It was simply the feeling that my cycle here had come to an end. This was clear to me. Jamie Carragher doubles down on criticism of Lisandro Martinez on the latest Overlap episode. Former Liverpool defender and Sky Sports pundit Jamie Carragher has doubled down on his criticism of Manchester United star Lisandro Martinez. Speaking on the Overlap, Carragher refused to praise the Argentine for his recent performances, which have helped the Red Devils win 4 games in a row after the 4-0 thumping at Brentford, including a 2-1 win against Carragher's former side. When the season started, Martinez found himself on the end of Carragher's intensive scrutiny for his height, which many supporters felt was a witch hunt that did not warrant any merit. Carragher was asked by his colleague and United legend Gary Neville whether he had changed his mind about the 24-year-old Argentina international. He replied, "I think he is a good player, but I wouldn't want a centre-back who is in his stall in my team. I wouldn't. We'll see. We've had 4 games. Don't get carried away. For a defender to be 5 foot and 9 inches, and not just to play in the Premier League or any level of football, he's got to be a good player, because that is not normal." On Martinez's qualities and what he excels at, Carragher highlighted the defender's passing and aggression, elements that have set him apart from other United players. Expectedly, however, the Liverpool legend's veiled praise on Martinez did not come without additional criticism and attacks. He looks like a leader. He's obviously a good player, but to play at the level at 5 foot and 9 inches, I wouldn't want my team or to play with someone who's 5 foot and 9 inches as a centre-back. While Carragher may warn United fans not to sign Martinez's praise after only 4 games, he would do well to remember that this did not prevent him from launching jabs at him after United's opening 2 defeats. Maybe he should have heeded his own warning. Erik Ten Hag praises Antony's debut against Arsenal. Erik Ten Hag is happy with the way Antony has settled into Manchester United. In a recent interview, the United boss spoke about Antony's great chemistry with Diogo Dalot on the right flank. It's Antony's first time on the team, although he and Dalot sat together before the game to talk about their collaboration. They filled it out well. The advantage is that they both speak Portuguese, so communication is good in that regard. From this point on, he has to get stronger, and he will be, because he has the potential. Of course, he had nervous for this match, but healthy nervous. He can perform very well under stress, and we have seen that. The Brazilian had Old Trafford on their feet as he netted the opening goal in the 35th minute. Antony is a special player who will need time to adapt to the Premier League. He has the mentality to work hard and succeed at the highest level. As Ten Hag pointed out, his chemistry with Dalot will be essential to add balance to United's attack. Fans will hope to see more of the same from the duo, who could have the right wing on lockdown for years to come. United now shift their focus to their Europa League, facing Real Sociedad on Thursday. James Garner issues passionate statement after leaving Manchester United. Former Manchester United player and academy graduate has issued a statement after making a permanent move to the Premier League rival, Everton. Garner made the switch to Merseyside in a deal worth £15 million, a figure most supporters felt was too low considering the potential of the 21-year-old and his caliber. In a passionate statement through his official Instagram social media account, Garner heaped praise on his former associates at United and his coaches. Garner says, "Impossible to sum up 14 years of my life in one post. I arrived at the cliff at 7 years old and left Carrington as a man." In the social media post, Garner labels playing at Old Trafford both domestically in the Premier League and in Europe as a dream come true. Curiously, when hailing the coaches that aided in his development at the Theatre of Dreams, Garner excluded Erik ten Hag. "To all my coaches, from Eamon Mulvey to Ole Gunnar, from the kitman to security, from the physios to the canteen staff and everyone in between, I want to thank you all for everything that you have done for me and my family." It's no hard to see why Garner failed to give a tribute to Ten Hag, the manager who sanctioned his exit. Many fans also feel that the 21-year-old was not given a chance to prove himself in the side. He goes on ahead to say, "It's time for the next step in my career. Once a Red, always a Red." Many fans will hope that Garner finally gets the chance to show what he can do and will be wishing him all the best in the future. Eric Bailly accuses Manchester United of favouring English players. Eric Bailly has accused Manchester United of favouring English players in an extraordinary rant about his treatment at the club. The Ivorian is currently on loan at French club Marseille, who have agreed to buy the player for €5 million as long as certain conditions are met. Thus include Bailly completing a number of matches this season and the French club qualifying for the Champions League. In an interview with the Times, the centre-back appears to have been left with a bitter taste in his mouth over his treatment at Old Trafford. "The club should avoid favouring English players and give everyone a chance," he said. "They should encourage competition in the dressing room, not just look out for some. I've always had the feeling that the national players was prioritized. That doesn't happen at Chelsea or other big Premier League clubs. Some people take it for granted that they are going to start and that weakens the team. Luckily, Erik ten Hag has a lot of character and I hope he can change that dynamic." Bailly spoke very highly of ten Hag in the interview and said he spoke to the incoming manager at the end of last season. "I was packing my things because my intention was to leave, but he told me he wanted me to stay because he was going to give minutes to everyone." Bailly said, "I agreed to do this summer tour with United and he kept his word, but I don't want to play every now and then. I want to do it every week and feel important. I want to get my confidence back." Brian Brobbey dreams of playing for Manchester United. Ajax forward Brian Brobbey would love to play for Manchester United. In a recent interview with ESPN, the Dutchman was asked which club would want to play for once in his career, to which he replied, "Manchester United." United looked at Brobbey this window as an option up front. Erik ten Hag was keen on bringing him to Old Trafford and reportedly spoke with him over the phone. Eventually, he signed for Ajax for a reported fee of €17 million. With Cristiano Ronaldo coming towards the end of his United career, ten Hag could look at signing Brobbey as a long-term replacement. The 20-year-old is an exciting striker with all the tools to be a world beater. His pace and power would help him settle well in the Premier League. Brobbey would offer a different dynamic to United's attack, especially as a number 9. He is a brilliant finisher, active in and around the penalty box. While he's still raw in many areas, Brobbey could develop into a special player under ten Hag. It would be extremely difficult to negotiate with Ajax, who will likely demand a hefty fee for their striker. After enforcing the midfield this summer, United will be looking to buy a young striker next. I will be uploading daily Man United news, so keep your eyes on the channel and don't forget to like and subscribe. I appreciate your support. Peace out.